In this video, I'm gonna share 3 things that I hate about film photography. First one is dust. I don't even really know where to begin. I really hate it that much. Now, if you're scanning your film, this is still very, very annoying. However, it takes on a whole new level of frustration when you start printing optically. That speck of dust that takes less than a second to clone out in Lightroom can turn into an absolute nightmare in the darkroom, requiring all kinds of additional steps and skills to take care of. Now, in the past, I have gone to some fairly extreme measures to help get rid of some of these frustrations. Some of these include, but are not limited to, loading my film holders shirtless with a shower cap on. I don't do this anymore. Sealing off every crack of my darkroom with silicone and pressurizing the room with filtered intake and ventilation fans, and obsessively brushing off my film holders with an anti-static brush. And yes, I do still do this. In the end, I've decided letting go and not getting quite so crazy focused on it, and really just learning the skills to deal with the dust when it inevitably does show itself in the clear, smooth sky of your favorite negative is probably the best way to go. I could honestly rant on about dust for days and days, but we'll spare you and leave it as the #1 thing I absolutely hate about film photography. Now, number 2 on my list of things that I hate about film photography is the ever-increasing prices. Let's face it, film photography can be expensive, especially when you factor in the cost of film, developing, making prints, and let's not forget how much quality vintage film cameras are currently selling for. Now, I realize this is not film specific, as the cost of just about everything is going up. In fact, I need to order some new seamless rolls for my studio, and at one time I could have got them for about $50. Now, these same rolls are gonna cost me several hundred because of the higher shipping costs. So now I personally feel the cost is worth the unique look and feel of film. However, I also see it as a potential barrier for people who are new to film and want to start working with it and shooting film. And lastly, the third thing I hate about film photography is the lack and loss of information available for new film photographers coming up. Before digital cameras were the norm, film is what we had, and because of that, the whole photo industry was focused on making things better with film, including education. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of this information has made it online, which is really awesome. Resources like YouTube, Photrio.com, other forums, and photography bloggers are just amazing, and I am forever grateful that film photography does live on. There is, however, a huge part of me that really misses just going out and picking up the latest Photo Technique or View Camera magazine and reading the newest ways to make your film images better. In fact, sometimes when I'm at Barnes & Noble, I'll still go over to the magazine section, hoping to see a View Camera or Photo Technique magazine that I know is not gonna be there, and it kind of bums me out in a way. Now, the reason I started thinking of this is because I was going through some old boxes and I came across an old Photo Technique magazine. And this particular issue is from 2013, so it's not even really that old. I mean, if you just check out the articles in this one issue, there's an article on how to make your own light-sensitive paper. There's another on the availability of films and a comparison in 2013. And then there's also a look at different darkrooms in Monterey, California. Every month there was new info and techniques for the film photographer to dive into, and this goes back decades. There was just so much valuable published information over the years, and a lot of it is kind of been lost and some of it forgotten. So for me, I mostly see this as a need for older photographers like myself that grew up in the world of film to make the knowledge of this era available for the younger generations coming up. It's been my experience that young people today seem fascinated with everything analog. And therefore, I think we should make sure that they can learn all the amazing techniques from the past. I truly believe that in an age where AI is seeping into our creative outlets as photographers, the analog methods will hold an even more valuable place, where it will truly be one of the only unique options left. So there you have it. Those are the 3 things that I hate about film photography. And while those things may be frustrating, there's still something special about film that keeps me coming back to it. In fact, I pretty much love everything else about it. What are some things that you hate or love about film photography? Let me know in the comments. Till next time.